Hello, everyone. Welcome back to this series of Meet Our Students. Today with me, there is Katharina. Hi, Katharina. How are you?
Hi, Lucia. I'm super good. What about you?
Also very good, very good. Thank you. You seem particularly happy. I know why, but I'm really excited for also our viewers to know your story. So without further ado, this series, as you all know, everyone, it's a series so that you can get to know better our students, understand a little bit better what were their challenges before joining our certification program, and then what happened during and after the course. So you can hear it from them and not only from us. So Katharina, without further ado, can you tell us a little bit more about you?
Yeah, sure. Thank you so much. So I'm Katharina. I'm originally from Slovenia. I've been living in the Netherlands for the past 3 years. I came here to do my master's in chemistry at Leiden University. And then I realized during my master's, which I did finish, that I would prefer to work in business than in the lab. So that's why I kind of found business development. And I did an internship in business development. And then this also changed into employment. So that's kind of a little bit of my background. But of course, at the beginning, I was quite lost because in the first company that I worked in, they were a startup. So they did not really provide a lot of guidance or ideas on what business development actually is. So coming from chemistry background, it was difficult. And everybody has their own style of business development, so it's not really like a set procedure that you can follow. So then I was I was sad because I feel like business is something that I want to do, but how? So then actually my mom Googled and found Lucia's the
Yay!
business school, right? And I was like, okay, we'll check it out. She was like, I will support you, try it out, and it ended up really helping me.
Awesome, awesome. That's very good. And I'm curious, why did you decide to change this? It's quite of a big shift, right? So from chemistry
Yeah,
to business development. So
yeah.
why were you so attracted by business development? I'm sure many people here want to know.
Yeah. Well, first of all, I was repelled by the work that I was doing in chemistry in the sense of being alone in the lab with no contact with people or very little. Because I'm quite extroverted by nature, so I was losing energy by doing chemistry. And I feel like, for example, my mom also has her own company, so I felt very inspired by her. And also in my free time, I just started reading business books, so like kind of like organically the interest grew. So I would say different factors influenced that I made a shift. I was like, okay, I will finish my master's in chemistry, but I won't do this for 40 years.
Very good, very good. Personally, I don't think I would be able to do it even for 10 minutes because that's really everything scientific is really not my cup of tea, but it's great. So yeah, last year, of course, you were working for a startup.
Yeah,
That's where we got in touch. I remember it was December of last year when we first had our first chat. I remember it was
yeah.
on LinkedIn. So yeah, it was a startup indeed. So exciting because you can build everything, but of course, if you're starting out, it can be a little bit challenging. So
Yeah.
what were the main challenges you were experiencing
Uh,
when eventually you found the BD school?
well, I would say the lack of structure, how to organize my work. I was told by the company that there's no such thing as a template for business development, which I was like, oh, really? So I would say structure is what I was missing. And I'm very structured. So for me, I was like, I really need someone to help me with just structuring my daily activities. Yeah.
Very good. Yeah, I remember everyone. So when we did the course, we of course use a lot of templates and so on. And Katharina was one of the most precise students with that. So I love that. I really love when everything, the processes are well organized and so on. So that's very good. So of course, as mentioned, that Katharina joined our business development certification program, the 5-week program. So Katharina, what it is that you liked about the training, and you can mention anything that's on your mind.
I would say like the personalization of it. Like during our sessions, Lucia and I, we did everything that was bothering me at the time. So she really you really helped me, Lucia, with all of my current problems. So I would say personalization. Also the fact that I got templates and spreadsheets in Excel, which is music to my ears. And so I would say those two, but also just like a sense of guidance and direction. It just helped me mentally to prepare for my job. Yeah.
Yeah, of course, yeah. And you know, so after the course, well, actually, what was your main goal with the course? Of course, to get structure and so on, but
Yeah.
was there something else, maybe
Yeah.
career related?
Absolutely. So after doing my internship at my first company, I wasn't sure whether, because I didn't have any structure, I wasn't sure whether this is really the path I want to go on, right? So with this course, I was also like, this course basically solidified my decision that I will stay in business development and not return to chemistry. Yeah.
Oh, very good, very good. And I love this because, as you all know by now, our vision is to create the next generation of business developers. And for me, it really means this, right? So that
Yeah.
someone is conscious of taking this choice of business
Yeah.
development as a career, but also as the tools, right, to
Yeah.
perform at their best. And
Exactly.
well, of course, after the training finished, we also did some extra sessions because then Katharina started looking for another opportunity, a new job. Shall we talk a little bit about that as well? And
Sure.
what was the process for you to get into this new company?
Yeah, sure. So now I work as a business development representative at Data Snipper in Amsterdam. I've been here a week. It's been great so far. Well, it actually took me a month of job searching to land this position. So I think that's relatively quick.
Totally.
Um, yeah, where I think even 3 weeks maybe. So it was super fast. And I did, I did job research and applications for 8 hours a day, almost every day, or I would say at least like 4 or 5 times a week. So it really was my full-time job. I asked my mentor, Matteo, for a lot of tips, which helped me. And also Lucia gave me some. And of course, a little bit of my own. I think as a business developer, you need to leverage your knowledge to then even search for jobs in a smarter way, let's say. So yeah, it was relatively quick. The interview process was also not long, so I'm very happy with the current state. Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, I was super impressed because, well, we had a couple of sessions in it as Katharina was preparing for the interviews, and I was amazed at the level of preparation. Like I've seen, like lately, maybe just another girl that was also preparing for an interview, and she had this level of detail in the preparation. And everyone, for context, Matteo, that Katharina just mentioned, is one of our mentors and also trainer. He teaches in the negotiation course training. So I will also put the link to his profile below so you can check him out. And Katharina, what do you think? What are the, let's say, the main takeaway from the course? Really the things that you really took into your job and that are really helping you out in your career?
Yeah. I would say really structuring your day, managing your time. So like block the calendar for some activities. For example, in the morning, do maybe the sales activities or activities you like the least, so that you get that out of the way. And then maybe at the end of the day, reflect on your day. And then in between, just try to establish some processes that will make you the most efficient. So this like sense of how to structure my day was super useful, and I love processes, so it's great. So that's like for me personally, the biggest takeaway. But also, within the BD School's materials, there's also a lot of templates for example, cold calling or writing emails, which encourages you to develop your soft skills also, because at the end of the day we're working with people, right? So we're not robots. So those two were, for example, my biggest takeaways. And I think having a mentor, Matteo, to support me is also gold. So yeah.
Awesome, awesome, very good. And if you had to give an advice to someone that is listening now and is considering to take the BD school, but maybe is not very sure, what convinced you to join? And what would you give? What would you tell them to, just make them more comfortable with the decision?
Yeah, so I would say it's a very good idea to join the BD school because you will get personalized coaching sessions that will really tackle the problems you're facing. It will help you perform better in the job or really solidify the decision that business development is what you want to do. So I think those, and it will also give you tools, structures. You will get like a knowledge base, a lot of articles you can educate yourself on, because I think that's super important to be constantly learning. Something the BD school also encourages, along with curiosity, right? So I think all of those, aspects.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Katharina. I really hope you, everyone listening, you also enjoyed meeting her, at least virtually. Again, thank you so much. Good luck with your new job. And of course, if a data snipper, they need some business development training, I'm saying it here live, we're here. So
Thank you.
thank you so much, Katharina.
It was a pleasure talking to you, Lucia, as always. Thank you.
Same.